viewers, I'm going to do a little series of mini videos and put them together because this Dracula is starting to come together now, and it's going to be quite sensational, I think, if I'm very lucky. The first flower spike, the bud, as you can see, is about to open. Now we can go all the way down there, and there is the plant. So I'm not wrong, I don't think, in saying that that's 18 inches. If you look at the top on the green hanger, I've had to hang it on another S-hook so that these spikes do not touch the roof. So we've got 9 left because Clever Clogs here broke one off. Trying desperately not to, but they're all at various stages. So this today, what's today? Friday? No, Thursday, the 24th of September. We've got growth at various stages. There's some on there, 2 there, one longer than the other. Let's slowly go around this side. There's a couple, 3 there. There's another tiny one round there. But this one that we can see now, and this one, which is coming up right in the middle of the pot, and then this one here, those other 2 are beginning to form their buds on the top. But I think it's going to be a couple of days. By the end of the weekend, this little beauty will be open, and we'll record it again then. And what we'll also show you today, because this has opened another flower, and I need to bring it over here and put it there so that we can go down and see it, which proves the theory that Chestertonii is a successive flower, because this is the second one on that spike. So unfortunately the second bud, flower spike, just died off. This is the one that kept going and has flowered a second time, and for that I am eternally grateful. And as you can see, once it's been open a few days, it recurves completely. It's meant to do that. It's such a dink, and it's so dainty. And we also have a successful Bella flower, which is no mean feat in itself. And then I broke the bit off the middle when I dropped it. So its monkey face is missing. But I did get to take a picture of it before, and if you look there, it's now put out another 2 flower spikes and a bent one there. So we are hoping that we are going to see the big blooms of, what are you? Oh, you're Robaldorum, aren't you? Robaldoram's flowering again as well on its successive spikes, but we have this little beauty to contend with. As you can see, he's grown in bark and charcoal. He's grown in. There's a tiny, I don't think there's tiny bits of moss in there. You can see new roots growing, but he's not grown in all moss. He's got new growths coming up. So he is one happy dude. He really is. But by God, do you need some room for this? Because he is enormous. And I'll leave that there for today, and we'll add it to the next one that comes along. Watch this space. See you soon. Bye. Well, good morning, viewers. Today is the 29th of September, Tuesday the 29th of September, and it didn't take as long as I thought it would. So here we have Dracula gigas in all his glory with his first flower opened. Now from top to tail, that has got to be, I'm going to have to measure it. If they're all as nice as that one, I should be very, very, very happy. But those spikes are so long. So long, they would be nearly touching the roof. That one's coming on with his flower bud. And it's growing in bark. Medium bark. Amazing stuff. Keep you posted, see you in a few days. Hi viewers, it's the 7th of October today, and all is looking quite amazing with this beauty. So it's doing really well. As you can see there, in under a week, that one will be ready. Because what happens with them, they get stiffer and they change colour. If you look at these, let me go back to these. If you look at these, the top of this, and the flower bud, it's very green, very pale. When it's coming up to flower, all of this goes darker. And now it's got to the stage where it's finished growing and the bud is forming. It's got a few days to go yet, but this one here, followed by this one here, and this one's got a head on it. That one's still quite short. I'm not moving this pot because I've got another new spike on it, and I've got 10 again on these flower spikes. So it doesn't get moved at all. It's all doing quite well in this rather nice weather. But if you look at that one, it's not far from the roof. It's about 2 inches from the slope. But once that it goes up about another ½ an inch, he'll go over like these two, which I've just let go because it will spoil the whole effect of this plant. I think we might be lucky and we might have possibly 4 that are open. 3 or 4. We're really lucky, we'll have more, but possibly not. Look, who's got a Masdevallia coccinea open in their greenhouse at this time of year? Nobody is the answer to that question, but I have. Yeah, you can get a sense of how long this is from top to tail if I do that, because it goes right down my hand. So I think top to tail and measured, that would be 9 or 10 inches easily. But I'm not going to straighten it out to find out. It is a beauty. What I'm worried about is this. I'd quite like it up there, but I'm being uber careful. I suppose what I could do actually is put some short spikes in, stakes in, and get them held from the bottom, but this is grown in bark, and I'm pretty sure I know I put a bit of moss in there. You can see the moss. I can't remember whether I put charcoal. I'd like to think that I did. Oh, look, there's another. Look at that. It's another sneaky baby. Goodness me. Oh, wow, what can you say? All dressed up and nowhere to go, this plant. If it carries on like this, it would be an awardable plant. It would, honestly. I just hope it gets to do it again. But I'll stop now because I've got a few more updates to go and I don't want this to become too long. Catch you next time. Morning, viewers. Saturday, 10th of October. Should have been our autumn show. But obviously that was cancelled. We're looking at Dracula gigas again. And looky here. Second spike is going to be ready to go in a few days. Then we'll have two open now. Which is the closest to it? I think. No, not him. Is that he? Yeah, that one. One my fingers on over the back is the next tallest. So he will be. I just adore that. That gigas I do. I just adore him. Come here. Can't escape me. Let's look at you without that silly thing in there. There you are. With his floppy lip, floppy tongue. He's a true beauty. Messing about with that flower, we've torn it. But you've got to see. Here I think is the smallest one. There's another small one right there. That one in front of us is the one that's going to flower next. And then if we come round here, we've got this one, which I'm going to have to stake because he's coming too far this way. It's just not going to be ready. And there's another two. Those two are going to be ready at the same time as each other. But behind them, a bit further back, is that one. So all coming along quite nicely. So I'll leave it there because these are all going to be put together. So be back soon. Hi everybody. We're back outside in the Mazzy house with the Dracula gigas. And having somewhat ridiculous weather because it was as black as the ace of spades just now and raining, and now the sunshine's come out and I'm baking. But it's the 21st of October, so good few days since I filmed the other one, and you can see he's lost his flower. Here he is there, but you can also see there's another spike pushing up in there. I wasn't aware that this one was successive flowering, but there you go. And it's a bit odd because it puts its last bit of stalk up from that sheath. And it's turned over and then it grows a bit before it flowers, because this one has already turned over. But as you can see, he's got a bit of growing to do from that sheath. This one, I hate to say it, has got a yellow tip, but that's still pushing it out of its sheath, so I do hope it's going to be alright. There's another one back there like it as well. I just don't know if they're going to blast because these others have retained their colour on the end. He's retained his colour, he's retained his colour, but I don't know. But what I want to do is flower the gigas melon because it's the one with the stunning coloured flower. This one's a bit wishy-washy, but very impressive nonetheless. And to have 10 or 11 of them, if I succeed in flowering all of them, which I may not, It's going to be some considerable weeks before this is all done and dusted. But we're just going to follow the story, and I'll add a bit, once I've put these first lot of date updates on, I'll add a bit here and there to a video so that you can see what's happening. But back here is Masdevallia gigas, Dracula gigas melon. And this was the clone I got last August from August 2019 from Ecuador, and he's still putting up new growths, but he hasn't flowered this year. But I will put a picture of the gigas melon flower, which is just effectively a named variety, next to the picture of the one that we're following, and you can see the difference. I know which one I prefer, but it's not always about that, is it? It's not always about that at all. But there's lots going on out here. There's lots of Draculas now coming into flower, and this this heat that keeps coming is going to ruin some of the Draculas if we can't keep it cool out here. And because the shading's come off, but look where we are, 21st of October, and the vents are opening. They shouldn't be opening. They really shouldn't be opening. They're messing with the seasons in this greenhouse. Could take them off, but then I'll run the risk of damaging the plants. So I'm not going to. But fingers crossed, I'll leave you with that. I'm going to see if anything wants watering before I go up and process a video. So see you at the next one. Bye bye for now. Hi viewers, this is the last bit to go on the video for Dracula gigas, Saturday 24th of October. Second flower has opened. There he is in all his glory. Let me just hold him up that way. I can't move the wire because it goes end to end on the greenhouse. And I am not moving Mr. Gigas again because I do not want to, that's bizarre, isn't it? I don't want to break anything. He's got to be 6 to 8 inches end to end. He's a stunning flower. I think that flower's a better colour than the other one. Still a bit pale, but it's nice. And now you can see how far that has gone on its second flower. The others are all still hanging in there. Can you focus, please? That's better. They're all still hanging in there. The smallest one is down there, but this one is huge. Well, it's going to be huge. I'm going to have to pin him back up, because he's coming right out the side that way. But the next two candidates, there's one over the back, they're nowhere near opening. So this one, I'm hoping this one will last longer than in the heat the other one lasted for, but I'm still pleased with it. But then I bought this a year ago, well, a year ago last weekend from Burnham's, but I don't know how they can even grow that long. They are just huge. I dread to think how much he measures. He is longer than this one was. You can see where the flower came out before, up there. Well, maybe not, maybe it's about the same, but I'm pleased with it. I am thrilled to have these flowers. It's been a long time coming, and it's obviously happy in that media. So we will see how long you last, because it isn't as hot now compared to the others. Let's take you off of there a minute because I've moved everything out of the way. Let me see if I can tip you and go in on you. Now that's certainly coming up a nice sheen, isn't it? I do think that's a better colour than the first one. Love those faces. Love those faces so much. And I'm wondering if, let's put you back without a crisis. There you go. You can't get any bigger because there's nowhere for you to go. You'll see here, you'll see the sheath here where the growth of the flower comes, and they all form it, and the flower then spikes on from there and it goes over and hangs over. Well, that sheath is the same sheath that this did from here, and then the old flower spike came from there. So the sequential flower is coming from that sheath. How long that will happen for, I don't know. Because if you look, that flower's got another sheath which is coming out of, so it's extended from that sheath, grown on more, and come out of the second sheath. So all very interesting stuff. And what's even more interesting is waiting to see if these yellow are going to, there's two that are yellow on the tips, are going to abort. I don't know. I don't know what they're going to do. See, these have gone over okay. That one has, and that one has. He's okay. The others haven't got to that stage yet, so we don't know. Until this pushes out of that sheath there, I don't know what's going to happen. And I cannot see close enough what that is going to do. But it's definitely yellow on the end, but the sheath has just formed, so we will have to watch this space. Where's our baby growth as well? There's our baby growth right there. He's only a few inches tall. There's another one coming. The one coming out of the centre is the one that we've got flowering now. There's another one that's shorter there. He's in there. All the others are showing themselves, but it looks as though we're not going to have a full house currently. But we won't know that for a couple of weeks. I'd say by a week we should see that progress and see whether it's going to come out or not and go further. My own thought is the yellow tip ones, i.e. that one there and that one there, are not going to make it. But I can see inside that sheath there that there is a bud. So I don't know. I wouldn't like to gamble on that one. I really wouldn't. So watch this space, as they say. I'm going to put this with the other videos that I've made of this plant and its progression. Working my way through the jungle. I'm watering the Draculas, and I knew there was one flower on Masdevallia vampira. I did not know there was two open. I have never, in all the years I have tried to go this fussy, finicky, beautiful plant, has it given me this. They are stunning flowers, they truly are, but and they're so big. You put your hand, sorry, let's do that again. You put your hand there, you can see the size up there. It's comparable always with Chestertonia, not Chestertonia, Chimera. Do you know what? Some rotten snail, those blooming bush snails are still here. It's got one of those flowers. Not that one though. I don't know why we've got a problem with them this year. I really don't know. And I don't know about other people. I don't know whether Mick finds the same, but Vampira is a pig. It's an absolute pig to grow. But finally, it seems as though it's happy. So are the snails, obviously. Those little bush snails. Everybody's saying they've had problems with them this year. I've never had a problem with them before, so Lord knows where they've come from. But I just wanted to share this with you because he is a thing of beauty. He's got such a funny shaped flower on the back. But just look at that. Can you focus, please? Bet you won't, will you? That's better. Have a look at the unchewed version. Beauty, beauty, beauty. Thank you for watching, as always. Hope you weren't too bored with this. I mean, the Dracula nuts will be excited, but the rest of you might not. But it is still interesting because I think we've all had problems with blasted buds because of the heat. But this one was doing really, really well. And after the shading came off a couple of weeks ago, we had some hot days, and I think that's what's done for those 2 flower spikes. We shall see. Maybe if it blasts the first, because this weather's now settled down a bit, it won't blast the second. So I'm pleased with it, I have to say. I am really chuffed with it, and that's all I can ask for, really. So I'll catch you next time. Stay safe. Bye-bye now.